Good evening. The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades.
Well, the United Kingdom is now on total lockdown, with Prime Minister Boris Johnson telling folks to stay home and ordering shops to close.
Breaking news out of the UK, and Prime Minister Boris Johnson has just moments ago announced the country will go into a complete lockdown.
Without a huge national effort to halt the growth of this virus, there will come a moment when no health service in the world could possibly cope. I urge you, at this moment of national emergency, to stay at home, protect our NHS, and save lives.
Today's a weird day in my life. Boris Johnson last night announced that he wants people to work from home, which means that today my company's probably going to announce that everyone needs to work from home. Today marks the 5-month anniversary of the UK going into lockdown. Whilst most of the restrictions have now been eased, the UK still has a very high number of coronavirus cases. Over the last 5 months, I've been staying home and working from home every single day. Okay, let's cut the dramatic music. Anyway, so I floated this idea past a few people on last week's stream saying, would you like to see what it's like to work a day in the life of lockdown? And people were like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So I'm going to show you what I can show you. So today I'm in the office because I need to clean out my desk. Before we went into lockdown, I took some of the things home that I needed to take home, but not necessarily the things that I wanted to take home. Now, as we're coming out of lockdown, the office is going to be socially distancing. In order for the office to socially distance, we need to break up the desks, not have people sitting side by side, and instead have desks meters apart. So that's where I come in to clear my desk really, because my desk is going to be removed and I need to take all of my stuff home. I've got some lockers, but there's some things that I just need to take home. The reason I'm not wearing a mask in this shot is because I'm actually the only one in the office right now, so it's not too big of a deal. Now this was my first time independently out of the house since the start of lockdown. It was so weird seeing these signs on the wall saying you need to keep socially distanced, and have those tapes on the floor. Oh look, there we go, there's my desk. It was left as an absolute shithole on the left, and there's me with the mask. So I was just left to basically clean up my desk and take out literally everything from my drawers because they were completely getting rid of it. Obviously I was only wanting to keep all of the stuff that was personal to me, and everything else I just threw in the bin or actually shredded. Stuff that I didn't necessarily need, but things that, you know, were needed at the time. Now when I said a lot of signs, I literally meant that they were everywhere. So that's it. I no longer sit at this desk. And I came here to do what I need to do, so back to working at home. Right, so I'm back at home now, and this is where I've been working. I've been using this. So it's my work laptop there. As you can tell, my desk is in an absolute state. I need to sort that out. My work laptop is there, and I've got it up on one of these little laptop stands. Sitting down having a laptop screen there was craning my neck, but having it up there, so much nicer. The good thing about our setup is it is set up as if you were to just like work in the office. So you log on and everything's just there. But the one thing I am missing about this setup is having multiple screens. Now, when I was in the office yesterday on the video that you've just seen, I picked up one of the docking stations that we have. So this is the dock here, and the laptop just sits in the dock, and it has internet connectivity, video connectivity, and power all at once. All just from sitting in a dock. Plus what I can also do is stick the laptop in the dock and then shut the lid so it only appears on my main 2 monitors. Finally I get to use these 2 monitors behind as my main monitors, as well as using my computer on these monitors as well. So now I just need to put it all in place and somehow make my desk a little bit more tidier to have enough space to do it. So I've decided I'm going to have a laptop to the far right here, make a little bit of space there. And the reason for that is it needs to get power from my extension lead, it needs to have connection to this headset, which allows me to make phone calls, and it needs to be able to reach these screens quite easily. So I want to make sure it's kind of in the middle of everywhere it needs to go, so it can easily reach everything it needs to get to. But if I shut the laptop lid as well, I can just use those 2 screens. I can shut the laptop lid and put stuff on top if I really needed to. So here's the power cable, and I can plug in there in a moment. And now I've plugged in the 2 display cables that I need. Now all I need to do is dock that on, plug in the USBs, and then I'm good to go. And moment of truth, will it work? I know my desk is like really messy, by the way. Shut up. Let's push this in, stock it. Perfect, there we go. And now I can close this lid. I'm now working purely off of these screens instead of off a laptop. Massive, massive upgrade. To go from working on a laptop screen to actually working on a dual screen setup again. Massive lifesaver. I'm super happy to finally have 2 screens again. Good morning, welcome to a new day. I say morning, turns out it's 12:09. What on earth is that? That is a huge, focus please, thank you. That is a huge moth. That was big enough for me to notice from over here. Well, I say it's huge, obviously in other, can it focus please? Obviously in other countries and generally here as well, there's much bigger ones, but that's a big moth, that's bigger than normal. So as you saw from the other day, I put the dock in place and I connected it to my 2 screens. And oh my god, that was the best decision so far. Going back in the office to grab that dock because, well, reduce the space because I could stick things on top of this. Oh god, that's dusty. Bloody hell, look at that dust! And then yeah, I've got my dual screen set up there, which is very, very nice. So since we've been working from home, we've been using Microsoft Teams to communicate, and we literally had like 2 or 3 weeks to fully set it up. Like, we've been testing it previously. It was a case of like, at the start of March, the concerns were like being properly taken seriously at that point. That, you know, we could actually potentially be working from home. So within those 2 or 3 weeks between the start of March and I think it was March the 17th that we were sent home, let's turn around a company with a good few hundred people in and set everyone up to work from home. Luckily, we literally just upgraded the entire company to these laptops. Literally at the end of last year, because obviously Windows 7 was starting to no longer be supported, so we upgraded everyone to laptops on Windows 10. And it's so good that we did that, because we already had a laptop for everybody, rather than having to go out and tell the company to buy a good few hundred laptops for everyone to work from home. Otherwise this situation could be a hell of a lot different. I've officially been working from home for 5 months straight. I've only left my house for like 4 different things, and generally I'm safe, and generally I'm really happy working from home. It does of course come with the benefit of being able to see Beta every single day and spending a lot of time with her. Although today she's rather sad that she has to stay inside, aren't you? You want to go outside and play, but it's all wet, isn't it? She's also a bit bummed that she's just had a shower, so she's really fluffy. Yeah, she's sad that she can't go outside, and also the fact she don't smell of dog anymore. She's like, what are you doing? Obviously there are a few downsides of just continuously work from home. I haven't seen anybody in ages. And like, that's not just friends, that's like co-workers and colleagues and stuff. Like, being in IT, you know everybody. You've gone around to every single office, whereas most people haven't even left their own office. Going from that to never seeing anyone is crazy. But coming on from that though, one of the really good things of being able to work from home is there's no commute. That's the other downside. There's so many things where it'd be a lot easier to fix in person, or a lot easier to be there at the computer to be able to show them and explain what to do. Whereas doing things remotely isn't exactly the same, and isn't necessarily the best way of doing things, but it's the only way we've got at the moment. Anyway, I've been working flat out this morning, it's time for lunch. Somebody's really sad that they can't go out, aren't you? Are you really sad that you can't go out? Notice her ears perking up whenever I say out. You want to go outside, don't you? I know, it is a very, very rainy day, which is, especially for a dog like you, absolute nightmare. It's a dog's worst nightmare, isn't it? Because you like going up the field, don't you? Did you see her ears perk up? But hey, today's a relaxing day because you had a nice amount of time outside, didn't you? The other good thing about working from home, which I love the most, is I can watch TV at lunch and I can have a nap at lunch, so you can always find me on the sofa having a nap at lunchtime. Okay, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to the camera. Anyway, yeah, that was my day in the life. This has been my life for the last 5 months, and it's really nice to be able to work from home, but it does suck, to be honest, at the same time. Anyway, thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.